When it comes to the Harry Potter series, many fans focus on the heroics of Harry or the brilliance of Hermione. But what about Ron Weasley? The ordinary boy in an extraordinary world, Ron is the emotional heart of the trio. Far more than comic relief, Ron saved the day on numerous occasions, his impact on Harry and Hermione undeniable. Let's explore how Ron's courage, loyalty, and deep humanity made him essential not only to their friendship, but also to the victory over Voldemort. In the Philosopher's Stone, the trio faced a deadly game of wizard's chess. While Harry and Hermione were critical in earlier challenges, it was Ron who understood that winning the game required more than logic or courage. It required sacrifice. By putting himself in danger, Ron allowed Harry and Hermione to advance. His act of selflessness at just 11 years old showed his deep loyalty and his willingness to put others above himself. J.K. Rowling once remarked in an interview that this scene symbolizes Ron's core value. Ron might doubt himself, but when the stakes are high, he steps up. He has always been the brave one, even if he doesn't believe it. At Deathly Hallows, Ron not only returns to the group after his emotional departure, but saves Harry's life. When Harry dives into the frozen lake to retrieve the Sword of Gryffindor, the locket Horcrux nearly kills him. Ron dives in, pulling Harry to safety and using the sword to destroy the Horcrux. This moment isn't just about heroism. It's a symbol of Ron conquering his insecurities. The locket had preyed on his feelings of inadequacy, showing him visions of Harry and Hermione excluding him. Yet, he faces the Horcrux and destroys it, proving to himself and the audience that he is a vital part of their journey. Rowling has said, Ron's destruction of the Horcrux is a defining moment for his character. It's the moment he faces his demons and realizes his value to Harry and Hermione. Growing up in the Weasley household meant Ron often felt overshadowed by his siblings. Bill's coolness, Charlie's bravery, Percy's intelligence, Fred and George's humor, and Ginny's charisma. Despite these pressures, Ron carves his path, standing by Harry's side as his best friend. Even though Ron sometimes expresses jealousy, like in the Goblet of Fire when Harry is chosen as a Triwizard champion, his feelings are rooted in a deep admiration for his friend. Rowling has pointed out that Ron's occasional outbursts are realistic for someone constantly living in the shadow of others. Yet, Ron always apologizes and returns, showing growth and maturity. Harry's fame is both a blessing and a curse, and Ron serves as a vital anchor. He treats Harry like a normal person, joking with him, challenging him, and ensuring he doesn't get lost in his chosen one status. Even when Ron struggles with jealousy over Harry's fame, he never stops supporting him. He understands Harry in a way few others can, being both a confidant and a source of grounding. In Rowling's words, Ron's friendship keeps Harry human. Ron's insecurities about his place in the world are relatable and deeply human. Growing up in a large family with limited resources, he often feels like he's just another Weasley. Yet, through his friendship with Harry and Hermione, Ron learns that his worth isn't defined by achievements or accolades. It's in his loyalty, heart, and courage. The power of imperfection, Ron's flaws, his jealousy, his temper, make him relatable. He's not perfect, but that's why he resonates with readers. Rowling once said, Ron teaches us that you don't have to be perfect to be loved. You just have to be yourself. One of Ron's most human moments comes in the Deathly Hallows when he leaves the group, overwhelmed by the weight of their quest and the influence of the Horcrux. But what makes him a hero isn't that he left, it's that he returned. He realized his mistake, apologized, and made amends, showing that true bravery isn't about never faltering. It's about getting back up when you do. Ron is relatable because he's flawed. He's not the smartest, bravest, or most talented wizard, but that's what makes him so important. Rowling has described Ron as everyman, the character who shows that heroism doesn't require extraordinary abilities, just extraordinary loyalty and heart. Unlike Harry and Hermione, who were exceptional in many ways, Ron often struggled with insecurity. He felt overshadowed by his talented siblings, by Harry's fame, and by Hermione's brilliance. But he stayed anyway, proving that true friendship isn't about being the best, it's about being there. While Hermione brought intellect and Harry brought courage, Ron brought emotional depth. His humor lightened their darkest moments, and his empathy kept them connected. In the Goblet of Fire, even during their falling out, Ron's jealousy stemmed from his deep bond with Harry, showing how much he valued their friendship. J.K. Rowling has often highlighted Ron's importance. In a 2000 interview, she said, Ron is the most loyal of friends. He might not always be aware of his own worth, but that doesn't diminish it. He's the glue that holds Harry and Hermione together. She also noted that Ron represents the kind of bravery that isn't always visible. It's easy to be brave when you're Harry Potter. It's harder when you're Ron Weasley, always in someone else's shadow, but still stepping into the light when it matters.